All right, all right. Make sure these levels are good to go on here a little bit. And turn this up a little bit too. Probably all the way up. Shoot. Let's see, how's that? Is that better? Ooh, okay. Okie dokie. It's weird how the volume is on OBS compared to my recording software. It's definitely more loud and correct with the EQ and the compressor and all that good stuff on the actual program where I record compared to how it is the sound and the volume on here on Streamlabs OBS for the live stream. So I got the lights on because I'm going to be reading you guys a cool spooky story live. So I didn't turn the lights off. I didn't put the projector on with the spooky movie on the wall there. I know I normally do that for live streams when I'm drinking and hanging out with you guys, but I figured since I'm going to be doing a story, I need some light. So, yeah. So, we have a video coming out tonight in roughly like 2 hours from now. Actually, a little bit less than 2 hours, but... So I figured I would just go live really quick and hang out with you guys for a bit, chat a little bit, record a story live, and then edit it. Actually, this story that I'm doing tonight on the live stream, the actual video of it, I'm going to be making it strictly for Patreon and channel members only. That version's going to have the sound, that's going to have the background music. It's going to have all the proper edits, intros, all that good stuff. So what you're getting here is just the raw recording, mess ups, all that good stuff. But the like legit story, all finished and done, all good to go, is going to be for channel members and patrons only. Because I haven't done that yet. And I was like, you know what? I know that that's an option. And I'm going to start doing special little videos specifically for the people that are channel members and patrons. I'm going to make special videos that only they can watch. Leslie, hey, how are you? How are you doing? How's the background music? Is it too loud? Because I'm going to be reading here in a couple of minutes, and I don't want it to overpower my voice. So do I need to lower the volume, or is it good enough in the background where you could hear it, but it's not overpowering? Let me know in the comments below. So, what we got here? Go ahead and put this over here. I'm just getting things prepped a little bit. So as I said before, I'm not going to be on here for super duper long because we do have a video coming out tonight, and I don't want it to overpower. I don't want it to overpower tonight's video, so I don't want it to overlap, if that makes any sense. I don't want two videos coming out at once, so there you have it. So the story that I have tonight is called, I Think the Hidebehind is Real. I Just Don't Think It's What We Thought. And it's written by Pentyworth223, which is one of the authors that I talk to on a regular basis when they're available. I know sometimes authors are gone for a while, they come back, life happens, work, family, whatever. And so Pentyworth223 came back around after taking a little vacay, and she, not sure, has been posting some stuff on my subreddit, and I've been recording some of their stuff along with others. And it's cool. What I like about this author is their writing is very, very first person, almost to where it's the only person involved in the story. And it's very personal as far as what they're thinking, their emotions, everything around. It's just like you're in their mind, actually going through it. It's not a typical creepypasta writer. This one is like, I just heard this. I didn't know what to do at first. You know what I mean? It's different from regular stories being narrated. And I like that. It's good to have a variety of styles. That's why I like to reach out to several authors and kind of get a mix and match of different styles, different genres, topics, things of that nature. So, sorry again, I don't have the movie projector set up because I need some lighting in here for me to read this properly. And I just figured something out here. Probably the simplest thing in the world, and I never thought about it. I was able to zoom in on my computer so I could make the words bigger when I'm reading them. All this time, I've been reading this small font really hard all these years, and I could have simply just held control and scrolled with the mouse and made everything larger on the screen. Why I didn't think of this years ago, I don't know. So, anyways, let me take a sip here. I know people are probably getting off work. They're driving home. Maybe you guys are having dinner. Just figured I would go live with you guys a little bit here and narrate this cool little story. It's not a very long story. And as I said before, this story will be edited, background music, intro, all that good stuff. But I'm only going to make this particular video, not the live, but the actual video, once it's edited and all said and done, is going to be strictly for channel members and patrons. So if you're a channel member, awesome. If you're a patron, awesome. Shout out to Matthew Bauer, always. And yeah, so if you said the background noise is good, because I can't hear it, I turn the speakers off so I don't hear it. So it doesn't interfere with what I don't want it to be coming out double. So let's see here. So the story is called, I think the Hidebehind is real. I just don't think it's what we thought. Okay. Here we go. I grew up hearing stories about the Hidebehind. You probably did too. The thing that lives in the woods, always just out of sight. It hides when you look, follows when you turn your back. People used to say it snatched loggers, hikers, hunters, always from behind, always without a sound. It was just a campfire story to me, until 2 weeks ago. I was clearing some old trails behind my grandfather's property in northern Maine. He died last fall, left the land to me, a patch of dense, silent forest nobody in the family really wanted. I figured I could clean it up, maybe sell it to some off-grid survival type. The woods felt wrong almost immediately. It wasn't just the quiet. It was a layered silence, like every sound was being swallowed before it could reach me. The crack of a branch under my boot barely echoed. Even the wind felt muted, like it was holding its breath. About an hour in, I started noticing little things. Tools I knew I put down would vanish if I turned away for even a second. The little trail markers I tied to the trees with bright orange tape kept disappearing behind me. And sometimes, only when I wasn't looking directly, I'd feel something slip from tree to tree. Fast, silent, always in my peripheral vision. I thought I was just being paranoid. Then I found the shack. It wasn't on any map. Just a small structure of rotting wood tucked into a grove of black pines. No windows, no chimney, the door barely hanging on its hinges. I should have turned back, but the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and not from fear. It felt like a dare, like something wanted me to come closer. Inside was a single room, dirt floor, collapsed roof, and a pile of bones in the center. Some human, some not. All broken and twisted like they had been bent backwards before death. There was carvings on the walls, hundreds of them, rough-shaped gouges deep in the wood with something sharp. Not words. Not pictures. Just eye shapes, staring. Crowded together until the walls looked like skin covered in bulging tumors. That's when I heard it. The breathing. Shallow, ragged, right behind me. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Something in my gut screamed that if I turned around, if I acknowledged it, it would be real. So I stepped backwards, slowly. One foot, then another. Out the door, into the clearing. The breathing followed, closer. I could feel a long, cold exhale brushing the back of my neck. I ran. Branches clawed at my clothing. The underbrush grabbed at my boots. But I didn't stop until I saw the rusted frame of my truck between the trees. The breathing never stopped. I slammed the door, locked it, and peeled out onto the rugged trail. I didn't look back once. But here's the thing. I know it followed me home. At first, it was just little things again. Footsteps in the hallway at night when I was alone. Cabinet doors left open after I swore I closed them. Reflections in the TV screen when it was off, shapes moving in the background. Last night, though, I saw it. Not fully, not straight on. I was brushing my teeth, leaned down to spit in the sink, and when I looked up, there was something crouched just behind my left shoulder. Long, jointed limbs. No face, just skin pulled tight over No face, just skin pulled tight over where a face should have been. And the worst part? It wasn't hiding. It was waiting. I didn't sleep after that. I sat up in bed, every light in the house on, trying to convince myself it was a trick of the mirror, a hallucination, anything but what I knew it was. Whoa, shit, that fart scared the shit out of me. If you guys don't know, my message thing on here is a fart. And that fucking, I don't know if you caught that, but I jumped right there. I was into it, and the fart spooked me. It happens. Whew. Okay, where was I? But sometime around 3 a.m., I started noticing distortions. First, it was the walls. They seemed too far away. Like the room was stretching when I wasn't looking, the corners retreating into shadows that shouldn't exist. Then the sounds started. I'd hear the front door creak open, the soft pad of footsteps on the hard wood. I'd rush to check. Nothing. I swear I heard the shower turn on by itself. I'd fling the curtain back. Dry. At some point, I stopped trusting my own eyes. Sometimes I'd catch a glimpse of my own reflection in a window, and it wouldn't move in sync with me. It would lag behind by a second, like it was deciding whether to follow. Other times, I'd catch a glimpse of something crouched inside the walls, pressing against the drywall like it was made of wet paper, skin stretching taut, fingers too long and too many joints bending the wrong way. Always just for a blink. Always gone when I turned my full attention to it. The worst part was the sound, though. That breathing. It was getting bolder. Not just behind me anymore. Above me, below me, inside the above me, below, inside the vents, the closet, the crawl space under the house. A low, wet rasp. Like something trying to learn how to breathe human air. By the 5th day, reality just stopped making sense. I'd walk into the kitchen to find all the drawers pulled out, contents dumped on the floor, only to blink when everything was back in place. I'd reach for the phone and felt the cold, clammy touch of something else wrap around my fingers before vanishing. Voices whispered my name from inside the walls, getting the pronunciations wrong, twisting it like it was tasting the sound. And still, the breathing. Always the breathing. I stopped leaving the house. I stopped answering texts, calls, emails. People think I'm sick, depressed, crazy. Maybe I am. But I know the truth. The Hidebehind isn't just a creature. It's a parasite. It doesn't just hide. It hollows you out from the inside. Bends your senses, warps your reality. Until you're not sure what's even real anymore. Until you're so fractured you don't even try to fight back. And then it steps in. It wears you like a puppet. You become the next reflection lagging behind. The next whisper in the walls. The next breathing in the dark. I think that's why the old stories never really explained what happens to the victims. Because once it takes you, you're not missing. You're just something else. I knew I couldn't survive like this. I didn't even fully... I didn't even feel fully human anymore. More like a puppet on broken strings, twitching through a life that wasn't mine. So I made a plan. If it was tied to the house, to the shack, the woods, the walls, maybe I could sever it. Maybe I could burn it out. I soaked the place in gasoline. Every room, every inch of sagging floorboards, rotting drywall, stained carpets. The canister was almost empty when I paused at the front door, lighter trembling in my hand. The breathing was so loud now. It wasn't even pretending anymore. It filled the air like a second heartbeat. I flicked the lighter. The flame danced, tiny and weak against the heavy dark pressing in. I could feel it behind me, close enough that the air grew wet and cold against the back of my neck. But I didn't turn around. I just dropped the lighter. The fire caught fast. It raced up the walls in a living, howling bloom. Smoke filled my lungs, my eyes, but I forced myself through it, stumbling outside into the cold night. I didn't look back until I was halfway down the overgrown drive. The house was an inferno. Roof collapsing inward, windows bursting one by one. The trees around it caught too, sparks spiraling up the black sky. For a moment, just a moment, I thought I saw something in the flames. Not one thing, many. Shapes squirming just beneath the surface of the fire, writhing against each other like worms in a corpse. Some tall, some bent, some crawling. All of them wrong. And all of them watching me. I didn't stop running until I hit asphalt. I spent the night in my truck, parked at the edge of town under a streetlight that buzzed and flickered like it was struggling to stay alive. And for a while, I thought maybe it worked. Maybe I had burnt it out. Maybe I was free. But now I'm not so sure. When I closed my eyes, I could still hear it. The breathing. Not behind me anymore. All around. The light in my truck flickers more than it stays steady. Sometimes, in the brief moments of darkness between blinks, I catch glimpses. Sometimes hunched just outside the window, or pressed against the glass, or crouched on the ceiling above me. Always gone when the light comes back. Always a little closer. I think burning the house didn't destroy it. I think I set it free. And it's not just me anymore. If you're reading this, if you feel the hairs on your arms stand up, if you hear breathing where there shouldn't be any, if you think for even a second that something just moved in the corner of your eye, don't turn around. Don't look. It's already there. And that is the story. I thought it was a neat story. I didn't realize how short it was when I first pulled it up. I thought it was going to be longer. But I liked it. I thought it was a pretty cool story. So, I'm going to get that edited and fully put together, and then I'm going to be putting that on YouTube for channel members and patrons. So, other than that, I just wanted to say hi, see how you guys are doing. Happy hump day, giggity. And, you know, if you don't remember, but earlier when I was recording, I was kind of in the zone, like auto zone, and my phone text alerted me, and it's a fart sound, and it's really loud. You guys probably hear it if you backtrack in the video and watch, but you'll see me jump. It scared me a little bit when I was reading. Let's see what that was, too, by the way. Might as well, right? Notification from eBay. Great. That was... cares. So, let's see here. Leslie, hey, Zach, how you been? Music's okay. MT, I'm a guy. You're cute. Hi, Tinkerbell. Thank you. Shermer Mallory says, hey, how's it going? This is going to be a short video, like I said earlier, for those of you that have been here since the beginning. The live stream is kind of just to narrate a quick little story for you, say hello. Sorry I don't have the projector movie screen going on right now, but I needed the light to read you a story. So hopefully the background music is okay. It's not too low. It's not too loud. The quality of the microphone input with OBS is not as great as the actual recording software that I use. So it is what it is. I just wanted to come on here and say hi, hang out for a bit, and shoot the shit for a second, and kind of just go from there. I do have to log off and do my editing now and get this uploaded and everything for the patrons and channel members. Shout out again to Matthew Bauer. And yeah, just a quick one. Usually I stick on here for about 2 hours with you guys, but tonight was kind of a spare the moment decision, just to go live, read a story with you, and just kind of just say hi. Because I got a 2 hour... Oh, spilling the beans. Okay, we got a 2 hour park ranger story coming out. 2 hour park ranger stories, plural. 2 hours long, 9 p.m., exactly like an hour and a half from now. So I don't want to be live anywhere near that time frame for that video to post, because I don't want the YouTube algorithm to mix and match this with tonight's video, because tonight's video is obviously more important. It's 2 hours long, and hopefully it puts you to sleep. So, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to be logging off. So, have a good one.